But how about this one? Oklahoma at Florida State. Perhaps a chance for the Seminoles, Mark May, to say, yes, definitively, we are back. But what about Oklahoma?
Well, the key is the tempo of Oklahoma's offense. For Florida State, last year they were not used to that. They were shocked when they went to Norman because the tempo and the speed of the game, play back to play, they weren't ready for it. Here, watch Moses Madu. He's going to run the ball to the right. He gets tackled right here. Not a big game, very short game, but look at the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Get ready, Florida State. Get ready, Seminoles. Don't tap them on the helmet. Get your behind back and get on the line of scrimmage because you know the Sooners are going to line up and you know they're going to be ready. Don't fix your helmet. Get off on the sidelines. You just put it on. Don't worry about strapping it up. Less than 16 seconds or less than 15 seconds. Watch Landry Jones right here on the pass. Cameron Kenny, what a terrific job. First down, Sooners. Here goes the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Get back to the line of scrimmage. Don't worry about plays being called. Don't worry about being lined up. If that guy's lined up, do your job, Seminoles, and get to the line of scrimmage. Don't lollygag like you are right there. You can't be in a bunch like this. You got to get lined up and ready for the Sooner offense because you want to know why? Because Landry Jones has got to take that snap from the shotgun, step up in the pocket, throw it to James Hanna, and guess what? Got to be touchdown Sooners because the Florida State Seminoles weren't ready to play. They weren't lined up. Mark Stoops, their defensive coordinator, warned them about this, and they weren't prepared last year.
I've heard this same story before about Oregon. It's easy to call plays 2nd and 1. All of a sudden, you're 2nd and 9, you start looking at it, calling, what do you have upstairs? It's much more difficult. Let me say this also about Coach Stoops. Great coach. However, in 13 years at Oklahoma, he has never beaten a ranked non-conference opponent on the road, and he's going to have all he can handle with Florida State.
Next Oklahoma possession, 1st and 10, crowd roaring. And Jones showing off grit and experience to Stills, bringing that one home. Way to bounce back, 37-yard score. Sooner up, 2013. Next possession, trick it. Ronell Lewis tips it, Javon Harris picks it, and Bob Stoops and company, now 9-1 in his last 10 against ranked opponents, solidifies the top spot in the polls. He sat down with Chris Fowler.
It wasn't flawless execution in a very loud and hostile place, but what's your takeaway from your offensive performance?
I couldn't be more proud of them. We had very few penalties, took care of the football other than the one, in the first half. And listen, when we had to have it in the fourth quarter, it's one of our more special games in the fourth quarter here. We know they're a top 5 team, all the improvement from a year ago. And you answer the bell when you have to, when they tie it up in the fourth quarter and the whole stadium's against you.
What did you learn about your team here tonight?
Poise and character under pressure in the fourth quarter. I told them it may be as good as I've seen us in the fourth quarter since A&M back in 2000 when Torrance Marshall intercepts a ball. And anyway, we're at A&M and have to win, and in the fourth quarter we played great. And I told them since I said that's as solid as I have seen us in the fourth quarter when we had to have it in a long time.
Everybody's been looking for the one game that shows Florida State's back, and they're pointing to the Oklahoma game. Oklahoma now has it leading by 4. Landry Jones, how about Kenny Stills coming back from a one-game suspension, Lou?
Oh, just great concentration
But on the
this.
next possession, 8 plays, 83 yards, capping it by guess who? Kenny Stills. For some reason, Greg Reed hesitated just a moment. Lou, what happened to him?
Well, he runs a double cut here. Notice how he slows down. It's a triple stretch pattern and just doesn't cover it as well as it has to be. But it's a great throw and it's a great catch.
Well, it was a far different game from a year ago when Oklahoma pretty much toyed with Florida State. But the Sooners, they came in. This is a different-looking Oklahoma defense right now, particularly.
Oh, I was really impressed with this Oklahoma football team. I apologize to Coach Stoops, Oklahoma team, and all the fans. They're a physical football team. They play the game the way it's meant to be played. I think it's one of the better Oklahoma teams I've seen, particularly on defense. Some great hit here, great individual play. Now, we knew Oklahoma was talented. You have a linebacker named Travis Lewis. He has a broken toe, I think it is. He isn't going to play for 6 weeks. He had 109 tackles last year. He shows up, he plays in the football game. And boy, they just time after time, just great hitting, great football. It was a pleasure to watch. And Oklahoma is by far the best team in the country right now.